Hey guys, it's Chris with Tickle Me Pink Wreaths. You can't see me because I'm getting ready to put this wreath together. This is a swag, and here is the sign we're going to use. It is a metal sign with a nice, beautiful wood trim around it, and so that's what we're going to use for this design tonight, along with this beautiful ribbon. This beautiful ribbon is going to go in this design. It is absolutely gorgeous ribbon. And if I can, I'm going to sneak these beautiful wood, white with the wood trim flowers in there. And then I'm hoping that this, Life is Better on the Porch, is going to hang off the bottom of the bow, on the bottom of the swag. So that is my hope. And I've got some greenery over here that I'm going to put in. I don't know if I'm going to put any florals, but if I do, they'll probably be white. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I've already added my mesh, and what I added was the jute burlap, white and black, and that kind of goes with my theme that's going on tonight. And I've already come on here and showed y'all how to do that. So you should be ready now to add your sign. There's different ways to add your sign. I'm just going to put my wreath back. I typically will use some sort of staple that will go into the wood, and it'll be hidden by your ribbon and everything else. So you have to decide where you want your sign. So I want mine kind of here in the middle, because I'm going to put a big juicy bow up here at the top. So we're going to put our bow up here. So my sign's going to come in the middle, and then I'm going to have another bow and ribbon coming off the bottom. And then somehow I'm going to sneak these little babies in here. I'm going to sneak these babies in here. But anyways, let's start with the sign. So we can use, you can use the tan, cream, black, whatever pipe cleaners you want. No one is going to see them, so you can use whatever color you want. I have a small staple gun here. I forget how long the staples are. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're are they 1/4 of an inch, Eric?
What?
The staples, my staple gun. They're 1/4 of an inch. So if you think you're going to go more than 1/4 of an inch, you might want to get some, you can get a little bit of cardboard and put in there, but most of the stuff that you're going to deal with is going to be more than 1/4 of an inch, so it won't go through, and I think we'll be okay. So what I do is I double up the pipe cleaners, so I have two, because I am going through all this mesh and the evergreen. So I just need to decide where I'm going to put the two. I might go ahead and put 4 on this. So I might put them in each corner, just so it will not move around at all. On this one, it's kind of weird. So I think I will do it. There's a little lip down here, and I think I'm going to try to put it on the lip. Well, that didn't work out too good for me, did it? Let's try that again. There we go. And I'll put 2 more together. And you'll end up having to trim this off the back. So I just don't like to run out of pipe cleaners when I'm doing this. I don't want to run out at all. I want it to go all the way around. Well, I'm having a heck of a time with this stapler tonight. So there's 2. And again, it doesn't matter which pipe cleaners you use, what color, no one's ever going to see them. So again, I put 2 together, and I'm just coming down here on this ledge. There's a little ledge and it'll be hidden. No one will see it. And I'm putting 2 staples in it. And then what I do is I come back with a little bit of glue just to top this on top of the staples, just to make sure everything stays where it needs to be. So when I do that, then I come back, whoops, I come back with a little bit of glue right on top of those staples. I just don't want any issues of those coming out on a customer's door. So I'm just going to set this over here to the side and let the glue dry a little bit. Now on the flowers, I don't know, they are so lightweight. Now there is this little hook here because these are wall hangers that if I need to tie it in, I can tie it in by this. But I think I might be able to get away with just gluing it. We'll see. But I'm not going to do anything with those right now. So the next step after I put the sign in, we'll go ahead and make the bow. Now I'm not going to put a big bunch of ribbon in here tonight. It's just going to be this beautiful black and white polka dot. This wreath is going to be a very simple farmhouse, black and white farmhouse wreath. So it's not going to get too awful bright, colors with all the summer colors, but this is going to be perfect if someone loves that farmhouse look and feel. Let me check my sign here. Nope, still a little tacky. So just let me go back through. This is a 24-inch evergreen. I'll put it on the back for you. It's an evergreen, and it has this nice spine on the back. So this is where we're going to put these pipe cleaners when we put our sign in. We're going to wrap them right around the spine, or if there's an extra, I don't have too many extras. I use all my pine needles for putting my mesh in. But that's what it's made on. And the colors go along with this farmhouse look I'm doing. So let me see. That's still a little tacky, but I think we'll be able to put it in here. All right, so I know I want my juicy bow right here, and it's going to kind of cascade down the swag here. So what you do is you just put your pipe cleaners right in between all of that and take it right down to the base where I showed you where that spine is. And you can go on either side of that spine, or actually, let me see how this is going to look. All right, I think this is going to work out perfect. So what I'm doing in the back is I'm just taking them and I'm wrapping them together, and they're gonna hold right there. Same thing here, is I'm just going to take them between the mesh into the middle of that spine, and I'm wrapping it around, and it is not going to come out of here because I've got it wrapped around the spine of that swag. And I'm going to turn it over here and show it to you. That way you can see it. Make sure we have all of our stuff pulled out here that we want. All I did was wrap it around. Now, if you need a little looser or tighter, you can come in here and do that. I ended up not needing 2 of these guys, but I wasn't for sure. So it's better to have an extra pipe cleaner than not have them. So that's what I did. So it's hooked to the spine. You can come back later and trim those off. So you have that on. That looks gorgeous. And then I'm going to put my bow up here. Move you a little bit so you see my bow. Okay. So it's going to be a nice big, just a 2-loop bow. I don't measure, but let me show you how I do measure when I end up getting done with the, when I think that I have the loops that I want. So once I get the loops, I will bring them up, and as you can see, they are even. So this is going to be about an 8-inch loop. And that's going to go up here, and it's just going to cascade down. So I'm going to bring out a couple more pipe cleaners. And again, I'm going to twist them together just so I know. Now, if you don't want to use pipe cleaners, that is perfectly fine. You can always use a zip tie around your bow. I don't think this bow requires a zip tie because it's not real thick, so I think this will be fine. So you just put it on here, hang on to it, wrap it around, pull your bow tight, and then just twist. And just give it a couple twists. And then again, I'm taking it right down the middle to the spine of the evergreen, and I'm going to run the pipe cleaner on both sides of the spine, on the opposite side, and I'm just going to tighten it in. And while I'm doing that, what I'll do is I'll turn it over so you can see. So see what I've done? I have it here on both sides, and I just tighten it, and you can trim it off later. Now I want this ribbon to run down the side here. And there should be enough of the pine tines in here just to put your ribbon in there. So you can cascade it down. Now when you're putting it in here, you do not want to pull it tight. That looks horrible. You want it just to be loose. Run your fingers up, and you can kind of see how it just kind of hits the corner of that sign. And I'm going to give it another and I'm just pinching it together. I don't know if you can see this. See, I'm just pinching it together where I think I'm going to put it into the evergreen. And I'm just coming right up on the corner of this one. I think I want a loop there. So I'm going to go ahead and put a loop. So since I want a loop, I'm going to pinch this other side and put it together, and that brings me to have a loop. So I'm going to put my loop right in here. Now, if you don't trust the pine tines or the pine needles to hold that, you can always put a pipe cleaner around it and do that. And whoops. And then I'm just going to run this ribbon right off the bottom. Now, I'll give it about 4 inches off the bottom here. That looks absolutely gorgeous, guys. Absolutely gorgeous. This bow just adds a huge statement to this piece. So I'm gonna just dovetail these over here. And I'm going to dovetail the one down here at the bottom. All you do is put your ribbon together, or you can do it down like this, and then you can just dovetail it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And so far, I haven't had to glue anything. Now, I will probably come back and glue down in here just to make sure that those pine tines keep that ribbon in place where I want it. And probably up here at my bow. So let's check out to see where we want these babies. I might want one right there. And let's see about this one. I don't know if I want to or not. So what I do is I just mess around with it to see where I want my stuff. You know, I don't know. So looks kind of cute there. And I can always add this one down here or here. I don't know. I think I might just use the one and put it right here. I think I just might put it right there. I think that's where I'm going to do it. All right, so I don't think I'm going to need this. I think I'm just going to glue it right there on the pine, and it's just going to stay right in there. I'll put something heavy on that for it to sit there. All right, so I got two different kinds of greenery. I have these eucalyptus leaves, and I love these. These are just, I don't know, they just scream farmhouse to me. There's several on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tear it off, and then we'll go from there. So that gives us four guys on this one bush. Now I'm not going to, I want this to kind of flow down. So when I'm putting it in, it's going to flow down the wreath. It's not going to, and I don't always glue until I get it in here and I figure out that's where I want it. And I just kind of want it peeking out. I don't want it, Now up here, this is going to go up. Whoop, my head's in the way, guys. Sorry. It's going to be tucked in there. It's just going to kind of come out the top of the wreath. And I think I have one more. There we do. And I'm going to put it up here on the top of this side. So it's just kind of peeking through. It's not gonna, and you can move it around. They are wired. You can put them on this side of the There. Then I'm going to open up the second one, and I'm going to run it down the bottom. I want it coming out the bottom of this wreath. So, I'm just going to trim it a little bit. I want this one a little longer because I want it coming and flowing down beside this ribbon down here at the bottom. Let me show you. So I'm going to stick it up in here. Well, I may. There we go. And it's just going to kind of come out the bottom. Clean up some of my mess here. Let's see if I can put some over here. And I'm just going to tuck this up in here where the greenery is, and let it flow down the wreath on this side. You can see that just peeking through. And again, what I do is I can take it and you can put it up in here around the mesh, wherever you want it. Perfect. And then what you'll do is you will just come back in wherever you put those and you know you want them there and that's where they are. Then you're just going to come back in and glue. To make sure they stay in place also, you can twist them around the pine tines if there's some pine tines in there. You shouldn't have any problems with it staying. Oops, let me see. Okay, it's way down there. All right. All right, so then I want this little porch sign down here at the bottom. So I can hook this just to these little pines here. I don't want anybody to see the pines, so I'm going to have to get some white florals and fill that in because I do not want anybody to see those, the evergreen. I do not like that there, so I'm going to undo that, tuck those back in there. And I think I'm just going to hook it right here. I might go ahead and put that one right there because I just think that's kind of adorable. I really like it there. So let me go get some white flowers and see if I can put some white flowers around here, and then we're almost done. So hang on just a second and I'll be right back. Almost done, guys. I'll be right there. Okay. All right. I kind of like these. Let me see what these look like. Now when I'm doing my florals of any, I usually cut clear down at the bottom. You can always trim more off, but you can't add more on. So that's what I do. So this little one right here, I think I'm going to put right here. That kind of covers all of that greenery up and looks beautiful. And then these, I'm just going to kind of put down in here for a little bit of white popping out. A little bit of white popping out. Same way here on the sides, so I'm just going to keep cutting a few more. And you don't want them like sticking halfway out your wreath. You want them just kind of tucked in there, just kind of peeking out. Just peeking out. Let's see. Turn this wreath around. It's a big one, guys. It's a big one. So I'm just going to kind of poke that up in there. And have them poking up here at the top too. Oops. There we go. All right, let me hold this baby up. And all right, I think I like that there, so I'm going to go ahead and glue it. I'll just glue everything that we put in here. Ooh, right here. Again, I don't usually glue until I get everything in here where I want it, because once you glue it, it's hard to change it. You can pull it out, by all means, you can pull it out. But just a little bit more difficult. All right, guys, I think I have this one little stem here, and I think I'm going to have it, see it? It's long, and I'm going to have it coming off of the end of the wreath with this eucalyptus down here. So there we go. All right, guys, clean up my mess here a little bit, and I'll hold it up and you can see. I don't know if I might need to add a little bit more ribbon. Let me pull you up here. All right, guys, how do you think it turned out? I think it's very farmhouse. I might add a few more white florals of these, but I think it turned out very elegant, very, very farmhouse. Again, I might put a few more of the ribbon tails down here, but I think I'll have to look at it when I get it hung up, but I think it looks pretty nice, guys. I'm glad you come on here and join me. I hope you learned a little bit, or just had fun making the farmhouse wreath with me. I will probably be coming on, you know, again, making different wreaths with you. Sometimes I do videos, sometimes I do lives. So this video will be, if you're watching it in Facebook, it's also in YouTube. If you're in YouTube, it's in my Facebook, so you can see it in both places. But I'm so glad you came on here and had fun with me tonight. So that's all I have for tonight, and I hope you enjoyed it, guys. If you do go to my Facebook page, you know, just let me know if you like it or not. Let me know if you enjoyed it. So, all right, guys, bye.